Good morning, everyone. So today we're going to be starting a new digital project. I'm going to present my screen to you guys. Okay, so we're going to start making digital posters today, and we're going to be working on it today and Thursday. So we're going to learn about pop art. Has anyone ever heard of pop art before? All right, I'm going to take that as a no.
No.
Thank you. All right, so what is pop art? It was a major art movement in the late mid-1950s, and it continued into the 1970s. During this time, art started getting produced in really large quantities. So back in the day, traditional art, what you see in a lot of museums, old art is just paintings that took people a really long time to finish. But pop art, it started, they had silk screens, which are these screens that you roll color over. It has the screen has the design printed into it, and then you roll the color over the screen, and it produces the artwork much quicker. So on the right hand side, you can see there's a picture of Marilyn Monroe, and you can tell that it's very different from traditional art because it's got all these bright colors. Like one of them, she's red, there's another that she's green, and she's pink in another. So it's odd colors and bright colors. And there's also a lot of dark lines, which really bring out the movement in her hair and the shadows on her. And during this time, there was a lot of comic books started becoming really popular because it was easier to get comic books because they were being produced much faster. So have you guys, I'm sure you guys have heard of Marvel. The comic books, the movies, probably the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I've never heard of Marvel.
Oh, yeah? You guys know who wrote Marvel? Who wrote the movies and everything?
He's up in heaven now.
Unfortunately, yes, Stan Lee. But do you know who drew all of the characters?
I don't think it was Stan Lee. I think it was it was his boss, right?
Well, Stan Lee was the boss of this guy, but you're right. Stan Lee did not draw them. Stan Lee just had all the ideas. He came up with everything. But Jack Kirby, the artist we're going to talk about today, he's the one who brought everything to life. So he's the one who drew it. So he's known as the comic book illustrator. He's not the writer, but he's the illustrator. He's also known as the King of Comics. He started working for Marvel in 1930s, and he just he helped Stan Lee come up with Iron Man, Thor, Black Panther, the Avengers, Captain America, Incredible Four, and I think, did I say the Hulk? The Hulk too. So he worked for Marvel for a really long time, and he came up with he illustrated all of these well-known superheroes that we know today in the movies and everything. And then when he decided he had enough of Marvel, he went over and worked for DC Comics, which is Batman and Superman and all of them. So these are some examples of Jack Kirby's work. These are the comics that he made. What you see a lot in the comics back then is really bright colors and dark, bold lines that indicate movement or texture in the comics. So in the top left corner here, we have what looks like a blast of something. We can tell because it was a really light color in the middle, and then it fades out to yellow and orange, and there's lines shooting out of it, indicating that it has a lot of movement. It was something being like thrown or hit at the guy. And they also incorporate a lot of text bubbles, but that's very common in the comics because otherwise there's no words in the comic. But it also was common in pop art. So what we're going to start today is our digital posters. I want you guys to pick, it could be your favorite TV character, movie character. I know a lot of you like anime, so you can pick an anime character. If you want to do food or drink, or I know some students wanted to do like a car, like you could pick. You guys have endless options of what you want to pick to make the subject of your poster. But you just keep in mind, we want it to be inspired by Jack Kirby and pop art. So think of like the bright colors and the bold lines within your poster. All right. So can anyone like tell me what they see in these poster examples? Like what stands out to you most?
The color.
The color, yeah. And like the woman in the top left corner, right?
I would say look at the hair. Look at the hair in the background.
Yeah.
They stand out more.
Yeah, it's like you can really tell there's a lot of movement. Like you can see she's in water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's all because of those lines that they have in there. Not necessarily the color, like her hair's blue and so is the water, but you can tell it's water because you can see the wave, like the lines wave. And then these are just some ideas to get you guys thinking, like if you wanted to do a word, you could do a word too and like make it pop, like boom over here. But also, like this is another artist, Keith Haring, at the top right corner. His drawings are really simplistic. Like it's just a little, it's not a stick figure, but it's a little figure. But he has the little black lines indicating movement, so you can tell that they're dancing. So like you guys can do something even as simple as that. And the same thing down here with the picture of Popeye on the bottom left. Like if there wasn't the lines and the movement lines, you wouldn't know that he had hit the other guy. It kind of looked like they were dancing. So just keep in mind like movement lines within your posters. So I'm going to show you my example. I decided to do a food item. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I did a hot dog. So I have my bright colors in the background, and then I wanted my main focus to be my hot dog, so I put a burst of like white behind it so it really stood out. And then I made sure I outlined everything, so everything really had its own, like it stood out on its own. So what we're gonna start off doing is I want everyone to come up with 3 like thumbnails, little sketches. Like this is my sketch. It's small, it's just on a little piece of paper. It doesn't need color or anything. We're just brainstorming. Like I want you guys to have options to pick from when you're making your poster. So make 3 thumbnails and then we'll move on to the poster in a little bit. So we're just drawing this with pencil and paper right now, okay?
Okay.
Right. Does anyone have any questions right now? Nope. All right, thank you. Would anyone like to share what they've come up with so far? Maybe let us know, like, I know some of you want to do anime, like what characters are you doing with your anime, or if you're doing food or anything.
Actually, I'm just doing regular stuff.
What's
Just
regular
trying to
stuff?
find what I really
Want to do?
I'm trying to make.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'll give you guys a couple more minutes then. I'm gonna give you guys till 10:20 to finish up the thumbnails, and then I'm gonna show you the website we're gonna be working on. If you're not done with the thumbnails, it's okay. You can still continue to work on them. I just want to show you, introduce the website. And please just make sure you upload your thumbnails to Google Classroom today. Oh, that looks awesome, Xavier. Now, I know it's like a character. Can you tell me who it is? Alright guys, 2 more minutes on your thumbnails, and then I'm gonna send over the website link. All right, so I'm sending the link to the website in the chat, and I'm just gonna show you my screen and just go over it briefly. Okay, so when you click on that link, this is the website it's gonna bring you to. It's called Sumo Paint, and it opens a canvas up that is horizontal. Personally, I want my poster to be vertical. So I'm gonna go over to the right hand side. In the middle of it, it says image size. So I'm gonna click on the image size, and I just want to make my width a little smaller. It doesn't have to be exact numbers. And now my height a little larger. So now I have a vertical poster, right? So now if we look on the left side of the screen, we have all these tools. And we have above tools is color. So if you want,
we can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so on the right hand side, guys, there's in the middle, you could change the image size. So if you click on that, we have your width and your height. If you want it to be vertical, like up and down, you want your height to be larger than your width. If you want it horizontal, like left to right, you want your width to be larger than your height, okay? So I want mine vertical, so I'm gonna leave mine like this. And now on the left-hand side, we have all these tools, and above tools, it says color. So I'm gonna click on color, and you can change it to literally any color you can come up with. So I'm just gonna click the brightest green because I wanna use bright colors. And now I'm gonna click on the paintbrush looking tool. It's the third one down on the right hand side. And now you can make your paintbrush bigger, you can make it smaller, like here's a big paintbrush. And now here is a small paintbrush. There's also a pencil tool and a pen tool. They're just smaller sizes, that's the difference. There's an eraser tool underneath the pen tool, and you can erase it. But if you don't want to erase and you just want to hit undo, at the top right corner, there's a little back button. If you hit that, it's going to undo whatever you just did. You guys can add text. The large T in the toolbox is to add text. Then there is shapes down below. You can add squares, circles, stars. So I want to add a star to my background. So here's my star, but now see it's black. So you want to change the fill color of your shape. So at the top in the middle, right here where my arrow is, there's a fill. So you click on that and you click on color, and now you can change the color of your star or whatever shape you're using. All right, so now my star is yellow. There's also this cool button down below. It looks like a flower, and I'm gonna change the color so you guys can see the difference. If you click on the middle point of your page, you make a dot, but instead of just one dot, it comes up with 6 dots. And then when you drag your arrow, whatever you do, it's gonna mimic. So it's gonna mirror all the lines that you make. So this could be an easier way to make your background. Just keep this tool in mind. And there's a ton of different ones. Like this is the slanted line makes perfectly straight lines. There's a curved line that makes curved lines. So I want you guys to just play around with all the tools. Your poster doesn't have to be perfect. I just want to see what you're able to create, okay? And it's okay if you don't get to this point today. I'll go over it again on Thursday when we meet. But, if anybody needs help using the website, just let me know.
I actually really tried, but you know,
It's a little too far away. I can't see it.
let me put something behind it.
Yeah, oh, wow. You got like a whole comic strip there.
Yeah, I'm really into drawing comics.
Oh, that's awesome.
Realistic art style is not my
Not your
forte.
yeah. I like abstract also. It's more fun. You can be very creative with it.
Yay. Especially space abstract art.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I love space.
Well, then I'm excited to see what you finish up on Thursday. You could start your poster, like the website part, on Thursday then, Raphael. Alright guys, we only have a minute left of class, and I don't believe anyone has finished their online poster yet, just our thumbnails. So what I want you to do is, if you started on Sumo Paint, don't close your tab, just leave it open until we meet again on Thursday in order to be able to continue working on the same exact thing. If you close your tab, it will delete your work. When we're done with the poster completely, we're going to all save it and export it to our computer. All right. But for now, just leave your tab open. Like, I still have my original tab with my hot dog on it from a few days ago. I just left it open so I didn't lose my work.
So
Alright.
once the page goes idle, and you click it and it refreshes, will it delete your work?
No, as long as you leave the page open, like you can open a new tab and work on a new tab and it will be fine. Just don't close it. All right. So we'll see you guys on Thursday. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day.
Bye.